Hi students, as in previous class, you learned about the concept of delegation, its meaning, definition, elements, its difference and the importance of delegation. So now in this class I will going to discuss about the concept of centralization and decentralization. So as a management in the enterprise, we must centralize and decentralize certain decision making power to the executives who are at the different levels of the management. So where centralization and decentralization, these two are the principle which is given by Henry Fayol. So already you learned about these meanings in the second chapter under the heading of Henry Fayol's principles of management. So what is centralization and what is decentralization? So it can be useful when the organization is in a large scale, when the organization have more number of branches in different localities. At that time we supposed to use the concept and the guidelines which is given by Henry Fayol, that is decentralization. So that is why today's topic is centralization and decentralization. So let us start with the meaning. So meaning of centralization. Already you learned about the meaning of centralization. So in this session also you will going to recall those meanings. What is centralization? Centralization means concentration of decision making power retained with the hands of executives at the top level is simply known as centralization. So where, as you know about the three levels of management: top level, middle level, lower level. So where centralization means concentration of decision making power lies with the hands of only top level managerial executives, means then it is called centralization. So that is why, say for example, setting of objectives, framing of policies, these are the decisions which must taken up by the top level management in the enterprise. That is why setting of objectives, framing policies of the enterprise, that is the major duty of the top level manager. So the top level executives, they are going to take the decisions regarding about setting objectives and framing policies in the enterprise. That is why centralization means concentration of decision making power lies with the hands of executives at a top level, then it is called centralization. So that is why in an organization there are so many decisions that can be taken up where the certain decisions which are very crucial and which are utmost important, those kind of decisions that are to be taken up by only top level managerial executives. Then it is called centralization. Example, setting of objectives, framing of policies, etc. So those decisions are to be taken up by top level executives. That is called what? That is centralization. Next meaning is meaning of decentralization. So just now only you learned about the meaning of centralization. Now let us discuss what is decentralization. Decentralization means it is also repeated. Already you learned in second chapter what is decentralization. It means dispersal of decision making power is transferred or delegated to lower level executives. That is called decentralization. So when you look into the meaning of decentralization, it tells about dispersal. That means transfer of decision making power or authority to the lowest level executives. Then it is called decentralization. So that is why accept the decisions which are very important. So apart from that, all the decisions taking power is transferred to the lower level executives in the enterprise. Then it is called decentralization. Say for example, branch manager, he will be at a middle level management, and supervisor, he will be at a lower level management. So they are going to take the decisions regarding about routine works. They will not supposed to ask the top level managers. They only take the decisions based on the limited power or authority. So then it is called decentralization. So that is why decentralization means dispersal of decision making power is transferred to lower level executives. Then it is called decentralization. So here the decision making power is get transferred to the lowest level executives in the enterprise. They are going to take the decisions based on their limitation of work. According to that, they are going to carry out routine works in the enterprise, where the branch manager, he will going to take his own decisions within his limits, and he will going to continue the work in the enterprise. Whereas supervisor at a lower level management, he will going to take the routine decisions regarding about allocation of work and getting the work done by workers in the enterprise. Like those kind of decisions are to be taken up by the supervisor. That decision are to be taken by supervisors. That kind of process or transferring of authority is called decentralization. So hence meaning is very simple. Decentralization means dispersal of decision making power is transferred to lower level executives is called decentralization. Then let us move to the definition of decentralization. So in the words of Louis Allen, decentralization refers to systematic efforts to delegate to the lowest level of authority, except that which can be exercised by at central points. So when you go through the definition which is given by Louis Allen, Decentralization means systematic efforts to delegate. So here delegate is nothing but transfer. Delegate to the lowest level of authority, and very much important, except that which can be exercised at central points. In the words of Louis Allen, so he expressed the meaning of decentralization as the decisions which are to be taken up by lower level executives that has to be delegated, and only the decisions which are to be taken by the executives who are at top level management that must be concentrated. So that is the meaning which is given by Louis Allen. So that is why the Louis Allen expressed that systematic efforts which is undertaken to transfer to the lowest level of authority, that which can be exercised at central points. The authority to take the decision which are very important, except that remaining all other kinds of decisions that are to be taken up by the lower level executives, that is to be delegated in the process. That is called decentralization. So once again, I will revive the concept of centralization and decentralization. Centralization means concentration of decision making power lies with the hands of top level management. It is called centralization. Decentralization means dispersal of decision making power is transferred to lower level executives, is called decentralization. This is about the meaning of centralization and decentralization. The next is distinction between delegation and decentralization. So you may get a doubt why the difference between delegation and decentralization came here. So if you go through the meaning of delegation and decentralization, so when you go through those two meanings, you may get a doubt that those two definitions and meanings looks like similar. Like delegation means downward transfer of authority from a superior to subordinate, whereas decentralization means dispersal of decision making power to the hands of lowest rank in the enterprise. Like those two looks like similar. Then when you analyzed and when you understood the mechanism of delegation and decentralization, you would be able to know what exactly delegation and decentralization is. That is why the concept is delegation and decentralization, a comparative view. So what are the major differences that can be found with delegation and decentralization? So let us start the difference. Number one, on the basis of nature. So how delegation and decentralization exactly is? Delegation means it is a compulsory act. So where a single superior cannot handle all the work in the organization. That is why he delegate authority to the subordinate. That is why it is an compulsory act that is to be performed. Whereas decentralization, it is an optional policy decision. So it can be applied when the company having more number of branches, when the company have more number of workers or employees in the enterprise. That is why it is based on, that is why it is a complete optional policy. It is not an compulsory act. Then second difference is on the basis of freedom of action. So it means the amount of freedom given to the subordinates or executives in the enterprise. In the case of delegation, the executives have less freedom to take decisions. The subordinator have less freedom to take a right decision because he must work within the boundary which is to be prescribed by his immediate superior. That is why executives have less freedom to take decisions in a delegation. But in case of decentralization, so the authority is to be completely transferred to the lowest level ranks. That is why they have greater freedom of taking decision and action. So that is why in a decentralization, executives have greater freedom of action. Then third is on the basis of status. On the basis of status, delegation, it is a process followed to share tasks. That is, you learned about structure and how the delegation is to be done. The superior transfers his authority to the subordinate because to reduce his work. So by delegating authority, the work of superior gets reduced. That is why to share the work to the subordinate, they going to delegate the authority. So that is why it is a process followed to share tasks in the enterprise. Whereas decentralization, it is the result of the policy decision of top management. So it is not to be taken by immediate superior. So it is an policy decision that has to be taken by top level management in the enterprise. That is the third difference on the basis of status. Then fourth is on the basis of scope, means area of coverage. So where the decentralization has narrow scope. So because the superior has put a boundary to the subordinate, within that area of work, the subordinator must perform their delegated authority and duties. That is why delegation have narrow scope, whereas decentralization, it has a wide scope, because in decentralization an executive get complete freedom to take decision and take all the actions regarding about completion of their duties. That is why the decentralization provides wider scope to the executives. Then last but not least, on the basis of purpose. Delegation main aim or purpose is to lessen the burden of the manager. So like it is just like repeated. So whereas in status, so the main objective of delegation is to reduce the work of manager in the enterprise, where with the help of delegation, superior's work gets reduced by the way of transfer of authority to the subordinates. That is why the main objective is to lessen the burden of the manager, where decentralization main intention is to increase the role of subordinates in the organization by providing or giving more autonomy or freedom. So where the main purpose or objective of decentralization is to increase the role of subordinates in the organization by giving more freedom. So by giving more freedom and decision to take the action, so we are providing opportunity and a chance to the subordinate to use their knowledge, skill and experience. By the way of creative work, they will going to get the development. So in the enterprise, that is the main objective or the purpose of decentralization. This is about the differences between delegation and decentralization. So like in the second chapter, there are more differences and advantages, disadvantages for each and every concept. That is why do watch the video once and make a note. After that, by referring the notes once again, do watch the video, means